When it comes to anything in life, the old expression goes, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. The phrase is perhaps used in no situation more than sports, where athletes and teams are trying their best to gain a competitive advantage to help them win games, matches, races, and whatever else may lie in front of them. You could probably catch someone cheating in just about every sporting event in some capacity, but only a few have been caught doing it. There are some egregious cases of sport cheating, and there are perhaps the 15 most memorable. But before we start, we are giving iPhone and smartwatches to our subscriber. To win, press the subscribe button and then comment that you have subscribed. Number 15. Mike Tomlin. The Pittsburgh Steelers have had a lot of success with coaches over the past few decades, including the hiring of Mike Tomlin that has netted them a Super Bowl victory. In a regular season game against the Ravens late in 2013, Tomlin stepped out of line. Tomlin stepped onto the field to disrupt kick returner Jacoby Jones, who looked like he was headed for the end zone. Number 14. Lance Armstrong. Lance Armstrong was the ultimate feel-good story and made the Tour de France relevant to the casual sports fan. Armstrong was a cancer survivor who ended up winning 7 titles at the Tour de France, but some of the races had competed against them, and on the same team had their doubts about how legitimate his wins were. It turns out that Armstrong had been taking performance-enhancing drugs, and he was denying it all the way until 2013 when he appeared on Oprah and confessed in a tell-all that he had cheated the system. Number 13. Marion Jones. Marion Jones was the star of the show at the 2000 Summer Olympics in Sydney when she won 3 gold medals for the USA in track and field. Jones also spent some time in WNBA playing for the Tulsa Shock. It was her track career that was most noteworthy, though, and it turns out that she was taking steroids to help herself with the competitions. To help herself win the competitions, Jones was stripped of her gold medals when she made the admission after names from the Balco case started to drop, and hers was a part of it.
That I stand before you and tell you that I have betrayed your trust. I want all of you to know that today I pled guilty to 2 counts of making false statements to federal agents.
Number 12. Steroid era. Perhaps the most exciting era in baseball history was also the most tainted. In what is known as the steroid era, some of the league's best players were busted for using steroids, while others admitted later that they were juicing during their playing days. Ken Caminiti won the 1996 MVP award for the National League and later admitted that he did it with illegal substances, which got his records removed from the books. Number 10. Chicago White Sox. The World Series is the ultimate goal for any team in Major League Baseball, but apparently money was a bit more important for the 1919 Chicago White Sox. In their series against the Cincinnati Reds, 8 players on the White Sox were accused of throwing the game as gamblers laid heavy money on the underdog Reds to win. Although courts didn't find the White Sox players guilty, they all received a lifetime ban from baseball. Number 9. Rosie Ruiz. When people hear the story of Rosie Ruiz, many think that she wasn't even a runner at all, but she was actually pretty good. Just not good enough to win the coveted Boston Marathon or the New York Marathon. Ruiz came from Cuba and qualified with a time of 2:56:29. When Ruiz won the Boston Marathon, a lot of people were curious as to how she improved her time by that much quickly, and it was the 3rd fastest for a woman in history. After some people noticed that she wasn't sweaty like the other runners and her legs didn't have anywhere near the definition of other runners, so an investigation was launched. It turned out that Ruiz didn't run the entire Boston Marathon and that she did the same thing in New York. Number 8. Tonya Harding. Tonya Harding was locked in an intense battle with Nancy Kerrigan in 1994 US Figure Skating Championships, which were the de facto Olympic trials when the Winter Olympics shifted 2 years earlier than normal. Harding's husband at that time hired a man named Shane Stamp to attack Kerrigan while she was practicing in Detroit, which caused her to miss the event. Harding won, but Kerrigan was the other skater selected to go to the Olympics, where Harding took 8th place and Kerrigan won the silver. Number 7. Pete Rose. Pete Rose was a long-time member of the Cincinnati Reds and the leading hitter in baseball history by the time he retired. Rose went over to a managerial position with the Reds after his playing career, and it was found that Rose was batting on the Reds games while he was their manager. Rose denied this was happening for the long time and received a lifetime ban from the baseball. Number 6. CCNY. The City College of New York was fresh off their NIT championship and NCAA tournament title in the 1950 season when the Beavers were caught bending the rules. Players on the team would meet with the players of the opposing team before games in an organized crime fix that would see point shaving reach high levels, moving thousands and thousands of dollars in the process. Number 5. New England Patriots Spygate. While all of the talk about the Patriots being caught cheating is focused on Deflategate, these days the first true time they were caught cheating was back in 2007 when the team was videotaping the coach's signals from the New York Jets. Roger Goodell ruled that the Patriots bluntly cheated by taping the Jets from their sidelines, which is a violation that resulted in the largest fine even for a coach in the NFL. Bill Belichick had to pay the league $500,000. The team was also fined $250,000. Number 4. Renault F1 Team. In auto racing, cheating is a huge part of the sport as teams try to get advantages with their cars, hoping that they will slip by the governing body upon the post-race inspection. Sometimes the cheating is a little more obvious, as was the case in 2008 with the Renault Formula 1 team. The team ordered driver to intentionally crash during the 2008 Singapore Grand Prix to cause a restart that would allow Fernando Alonso to get closer to the leader. Alonso ended up winning, but the team was suspended from competition for 2 years. Number 3. Joe Niekro. Joe Niekro played for more than 20 years in the major leagues as a pitcher with 7 different teams. Niekro won 221 games and went to one All-Star game, but people will always remember him for the blooper reel worthy cheating that he tried in 1985 as a member of the Minnesota Twins. It was found that Niekro had an emery board in his pocket that he was using to doctor the ball. When the umpire Tim Chidid told Niekro to empty his pockets, the board and a piece of sandpaper went flying in comical fashion. Number 1. Bountygate. While it might not be giving a team a schematic advantage in a game, the New Orleans Saints violated NFL rules by offering bonuses for injuring opposing players during games. As a result of the bounties that were handed out by the coaches and players that pooled money, many notable players were injured from 2009 to 2012. Some of the big names included Brett Favre, Kurt Warner, Aaron Rodgers, and Cam Newton. The Saints wound up spending the Super Bowl during the first year of Bountygate, and head coach Sean Payton was suspended for the entire season. What are your views about these teams and athletes that were caught cheating? Let us know in the comment section, and thanks for watching.